Good morning to everyone. Reminder: tonight we will be doing a Mincha and Maariv at 7 o'clock, and I wanted to share with you an amazing halacha, continuation of what we spoke about on Friday. And this halacha could actually change your entire Pesach. So there's a really interesting question amongst the Rishonim. Remember, we said that on Pesach, chametz is not nullified even 1 in 1,000. Now, according to the Torah, chametz is nullified 1 in 60. The rabbis were strict, and the rabbi said that on Pesach, we're going to be strict, and we're going to say that if chametz fell into something that was kosher, even if there's 1,000 times the kosher to the chametz, it's not kosher. You can't eat it on Pesach. However, there's an interesting question. What happens if this happened before Pesach? Remember, before Pesach, there's no concept of chametz. So let's say, accidentally, some chametz fell into something before Pesach. So the rule is that it's nullified 1 in 60. There's no question. There's nothing to nullify. In fact, it's just kosher food. So here's where it gets interesting. The question that's asked by the Rishonim is that food that's nullified before Pesach, what happens once Pesach starts? Does it get reactivated? Or do we say that since it was nullified before Pesach, it remains that way on Pesach? So this is a machloket Rishonim, and the Rosh and others say that it doesn't get reactivated, and it's null and void. You don't have to worry about it. And this is the position that was taken by the Shulchan Aruch, which makes life infinitely easier for Sephardim, for example, because that means that there's a lot of products that could actually be kasher lePesach that don't have a hechsher for Pesach. The Rambam disagrees, and the Rambam says that, no, it gets reactivated. And this was the position that was adopted by the Ramah. And therefore, Ashkenazim don't hold by this idea, and they say that it gets reactivated. However, everybody agrees, both Sephardic and Ashkenazi poskim, and the Ramah also, that this only applies to a dry mixture. However, if it's a wet mixture, in other words, it's a liquid, everybody agrees that the din of choser v'ni'ur doesn't apply. In other words, everybody agrees that with a liquid, once it's nullified before Pesach, it can never be reactivated after Pesach. All right, this is the law. I hope everybody understands it. What's the practical application for this? The practical application for this is, for example, do you need to get a hechsher on olive oil? Let's say you have 100% pure olive oil. That's a liquid. Everybody agrees that even if there would have been something not kasher lePesach, something chametz that would have gotten mixed in here by accident or whatever, everybody agrees that it would be null and void before Pesach, and as a result of that, it would be permitted to use it on Pesach. So what I'm telling you all is that if you can't find kosher olive oil for Pesach, you can just buy a brand new bottle right off the rack that's 100% olive oil, and you can use it on Pesach. This would apply to many items. Again, for Sfaradim, it's even for a mixture that's a solid. But for everyone, this idea of using a mixture that's a liquid would be okay. It could apply to drinks. It could apply to many different things that have no chametz ingredients, and all we're worried about is maybe something got mixed in before the holiday. So that's the halacha that I wanted to leave you with. If you have any questions on it, you can always WhatsApp me, and I'll be happy to answer. And we are going to meet tonight again at 7 o'clock for Mincha and Maariv. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk more about that during the evening. So I want to wish everybody a very, very good day. And
Rabbi, there's a question in the chat.
Question in the chat. Oh, how do I get into that?
If you hover over
here, I'll ask it out loud. Does that apply to sour cream?
Does that apply to sour cream? In other words, is sour cream considered to be a liquid on a
sure.
It doesn't require a hechsher for Pesach.
That's a very good question. I'm going to have to check that up and give you an answer tonight. I know that yogurts, there's a machloket on yogurts, or ice cream, whether it's considered to be a liquid or a solid. Generally speaking, we say that it's a liquid. So I would imagine that sour cream is the same, but I don't want to give you an answer without having it. Thank you, Faye, and we're going to have something to
Thanks.
talk about. We're going to have something to talk about tonight then.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done.
All right? All right, everybody. I think our meeting ends in just a few minutes. I want to wish everybody a very good day, and we'll see you all tonight at 7 o'clock.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yashikaya. Yashikaya.
Thank you.
Bye.